you sum that one up?
Pretty embarrassing, to be honest with you. I don't even know if we actually even started great. I think I thought some of our movement off the ball was pretty good at the start. And I think that second quarter just killed us. Like, they're a team that I think they're the best front-running team in the league. They're a team that, like, once they get their confidence and hit threes like they did, they're pretty tough to stop. They did it to us in Perth the second time we played them. So I don't know if it was I don't want to make excuses. I don't know if it was a fatigue factor in the end or it was we just didn't play well enough. I honestly don't know, to be honest with you.
You mentioned the second quarter there. Obviously, like you say, once they got going, they really got going. But what could your girls have done differently in that sort of period of the game where they sort of took it away from you there?
I just still think with our team we're not physical enough, and when we are, we're great, and when we're not so great. You know, like, we're very up and down with that. And I think that they dictated the game in that quarter, and we just didn't rein it in. We didn't have anybody that could stop that run. I mean, I think I had my 2 timeouts in that quarter, but we didn't have anyone to, like, find a way to get the group going and trying to stop that run. And it's really big. The leadership thing is a really big thing for us. That we have moments of it, but then we have when that scoreboard pressure hits. I feel like we crumble a lot. And don't get me wrong, we've had moments in this season where we've had to play catch-up basketball and get it back and things like that. But when teams are shooting it like they did in the second quarter, it's like that scoreboard pressure hits. And when you're not great offensively, then we're not great defensively. And that's when you're not great offensively, you got to be tough and stick together defensively, and we didn't do that.
How do you make sure a loss like this doesn't ripple into the next little bit? Because we're coming to the most important part of the season. How do you make sure that this kind of defeat doesn't derail the girls now?
Yeah, Hayley spoke about that after the game, and she said that it's about us trying to stick together as a group. And I think, you know what, I think this is a game where you just want to put past you now, and hopefully, like, and in this moment, it's easier said than done. Don't dwell on it. We've got a really important next 3 games coming up, you know, and I still think destiny's in our own hands at the moment. I don't know what the percentage looks like at the moment. We try to get it back to make sure that percentage didn't blow out or come back to Canberra's favour. But I think, we just need to regroup and just come in here on Saturday and show that was just a once-off.
I think it's 1-8 now is your record against the 3 teams ahead of you on the ladder. Is it? I know not all the losses in that span have been like this one, but is it any cause for concern from where you sit?
No, I don't think so. I think our best basketball, we can play with anybody. I really do. We showed that in Townsville, 2 nights ago? What's today? Tuesday. When did we play? Saturday. So 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, we showed it in Townsville. And I think Townsville is one of the hardest stadiums to play at in this league. So we showed that 2-3 nights ago. So I think our best basketball is there, but I think the thing that hurts us a little bit is our breakdowns and just some breakdowns that can be costly, and that's where teams get a run on us. And that's when you've got to dig deep in those moments and be great.
Thanks, guys. That's it from me.
Kristi, is it tougher to swallow tonight because you did put up really 2 good performances against Bendigo and Townsville in Townsville? You didn't get the result, but you're so close and tick so many boxes. Does that make tonight harder?
Yeah, it does. But I think, look, I know you put Bendigo in that game, but I didn't think we were great against Bendigo at all. I think we had way too many breakdowns in defence. And I think, but once again, we regrouped and we went to Townsville and we were right there at the end. And Like I said in the press conference before the game, Abby Ellis hit that big shot, come up big in the last quarter for them, and where tonight it was just ugly on our behalf. Like, it was just really a game that you just want to forget. But it's a game that I hope the girls take it personally in a way, and be embarrassed with the way that we played, and come out here on Saturday and be a completely different team.
Hayley, it looks like it hurts, for you right now, looking at you, it looks like that really hurt. How important was it to talk to the group and get them together? You're so experienced as someone that's played around the WNBA to just, get together immediately after the game and get that messaging out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just important not to, the season goes on. Like, we have to figure out what happened today, but we have 3 really big games, and we have a group who in Townsville, showed a lot of character, that were able to defend and all kinds of things. So it's how do we get ourselves to do that consistently for the next 3 games? And, yeah.
Kristi, what does the next week kind of look like for you as you try to regroup ahead of your remaining 3 games?
Yeah, look, I just spoke to the coaches then, and the girls got the day off tomorrow, and then we just spoke about, what do we do on Thursday? Because when you do look at games like this, is it a fatigue game, or is it just we were just terrible? It's trying to find what the answer is, but I think we just continue to go a little bit lighter and less minutes on the floor. But I think the girls will want to come in and train on Thursday because of what happened tonight, and get that confidence back within the group. And but yeah, huge 3 games coming up for us, Adelaide on Saturday, Canberra Tuesday, then Adelaide, and the last 2 away, Canberra and Adelaide. And I think both teams are great on their home floor, so it's going to be a massive ask, but I think it's a challenge that we'll be up for sure.
They were consistently making tough shots to kind of extend their lead. What can you learn from this regarding the level of focus and intensity required if you are to play finals?
I said this to the girls in Bendigo. It's about making adjustments on the floor. It can't always be in a timeout. It's Alex Wilson hit those 3 threes at the top of the key, and we spoke about it in Scout yesterday. She has the longest range in the league, I think. And she did it 3 times in a row, and then I just said to Nia or whoever was out there that you have to face guard her and not let her touch the ball and do that. But sometimes I want the players to do that. It shouldn't be up to the coach all the time, and I think there's enough experience in our group to make that adjustment. But I think for us it's about trying to stay positive and trying to minimise the mistakes that we do, or the breakdowns that we have defensively, to be able to compete against these 3 top teams, because as you know, they're pretty tough to beat, and they've got great players that can keep the scoreboard ticking over for them. So it's a matter of just trying to limit the breakdowns as much as possible, because I think against the top 3 teams it's got to come down to your defence to get it done.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.